The turmoil in the Chinese capital and currency markets giving a bid to BK's favorite cryptocurrency. That would be Bitcoin. So what's behind this rally, BK?
Well, I'm glad you asked. We mentioned U.S. Steel earlier, and Bitcoin over the last week has a $13 billion market cap. That's more than U.S. Steel, and that's bigger than Twitter. So what's going on? There's a couple just fundamental things going on. The first thing is just classic supply and demand. So we have demand coming from China and India. We talked about the devaluations that are occurring in China, capital flight coming from China, almost $50 billion last month. People are using Bitcoin as a digital gold and store of value in an environment like that. In India, a month ago, they, in 20 minutes, said 86% of the cash in the country is no longer valid. So they essentially demonetized the country. People then look for an alternative currency that is outside of the financial system. Bitcoin got demand from that. At the same time, you have supply declining. So we only have 5 million Bitcoin that are left. There's going to be 21 million total. 16 million are free floating. The other 5 million are going to be drip fed out to the market over the next 100 years. So you don't have anything like in gold where the price goes up and you have a supply response from the miners. In Bitcoin, that's not going to happen. There's 5 million left. So you have increasing demand smashing right into decreasing supply. And what do you get? Well, you get a smart board that doesn't work. But the other thing you get is you get a Chinese yuan highly correlated to Bitcoin. OK, that's been happening over the last month or so. And then the second, here we go. That's the chart right there. Look at that. This has been for almost a year. And if you actually look at what Bitcoin does, it tends to move a week or two ahead of the yuan. So you can kind of get an idea of where that rate's going to be. And then finally, you might ask, BK, is it too late to buy Bitcoin?
BK, is it too late to buy Bitcoin?
Yeah, you know what,
guys?
Thanks so much for asking that. It's not too late to buy Bitcoin, and here's why. It's up 100% this year, phenomenal run. But this chart is a log chart, which adjusts for big price changes, essentially percentage change. So this is Bitcoin all the way back from 2002. Massive rally, and you can see on a log chart we've really just been going sideways here for a bit. So if we really get this acceleration and we get some more use cases coming on in the next year, you could really see a massive breakout in this.
So we want to see the situation with China be worse in order for Bitcoin to go beyond these 3-year highs that it's sitting at right now?
That would help, but there are other use cases that will be coming on in 2017 that will also be a source of demand.
Should we have him over?
I'd like to learn about this stuff a little more. BK.
All right, fine. Come on.
BK.
He's Mr. Bitcoin. So, you know. Well, no, he's not Mr. Bitcoin. He's Mr. BK. You have your own coin.
I have my own coin, exactly. Well, I have my own Nautilus coin.
And is that also at...
It is not at record highs, but we hope it will be someday. But it is. But what happens with Bitcoin and coins like Nautilus coin is as Bitcoin goes up, Nautilus coin and other coins tend to have less of a bid because there's only so much money sloshing around. But there are other coins out there that are, Bitcoin that could be the next Bitcoin. But for right now, this is the most liquid one, and that's where all the demand is.
Okay, be honest.
Yeah.
Do you take a look at the rise in Bitcoin and think there are real fears about geopolitical uncertainties in the market, or is that... I mean, is that an indicator for you as much as anything else in the market?
I think there are certainly people who buy Bitcoin and are storing it for exactly that reason, because it is a store of value outside of the traditional financial system. So, yes, I do think so. I'm not sure it's traded enough yet to have it to be a sign of systemic, but people are certainly buying it for that.
But how much of it, BK, is it purely, I think it's merit originally, which is just decentralized secures transactions that allow a lot of people to sit by the fire, wear a nice vest, and actually talk about a way to transfer money?
Well, right. So there's two parts to Bitcoin here, right? We talk about the currency, which it functions very well, and it's doing quite well. The other part is the technology behind it, what people call blockchain. That allows you disintermediation of the financial service area, and that's just a massive thing. That's going to be as big as the internet, if not bigger.